In Mario Kart 64, you can scale the tracks by any number. This includes negative numbers and fractions. All this is done through a simple GameShark code which scales the track on its y-axis through a floating point value. In my last video, I looked at how high we could scale each individual track, but in this video, we're going to look at how low we can scale each track. So we'll be using large negative numbers. Some tracks are uncompletable when scaled too low. When finding the lowest value for each track, I put in place 3 main rules. We must be able to complete all 3 laps without using any of our mushrooms and without being picked up by Lakitu. This is because there's plenty of glitchy Lakitu skips when using this GameShark code. And the last rule, which is somewhat subjective, it's fine to use your jump for climbing up slopes, but only up to a point. When it gets to the point where you almost have to do frame perfect jumps, then it's not allowed. With that being said, let's check out all 16 tracks and see which one can be scaled the lowest. The first track we're going to be checking out is Moo Moo Farms, and we're going to try it scaled to -5. The weirdest thing is though, this soft locked the game when it was at +4 and +5, but it didn't soft lock it when we're at negative numbers, so this video is going to be a lot different. I feel like the game soft locks has to do with where the finish line is positioned. So the courses that did soft lock in the previous video should be fine here, and this is just crazy Moo Moo Farms like this. Okay, this might be our first thing that could mess us up here. This hill seems steep, but no, we can get up it fairly easily. So easy to fall off. No, it's crazy. Like, you would not even think this is Moo Moo Farm. Okay, this part right here, I think this is too much of a height difference. So I think this one's a little bit too crazy. We're gonna have to take this one down to -4, and I think -4 should be a good one. Okay, I really want to be able to do this lap without Lakitu picking me up, just to prove that it's like still somewhat possible. This part here is pretty difficult. Seems like everything's just blending together. Alright, so that part there, definitely the hardest part. This archway here just pretty much disappeared. You can kind of see it here. Oh, actually, it's actually a giant hole. I guess that makes sense, and you can see like upside down building there. Moo Moo Farms can be scaled down to -4. This is Koopa Troopa Beach at -4, and this is another one that's just so weird. The fact that like where the water is becomes a hill. It's almost like the water's to the left and the hill's to the right. I probably won't be able to get out of this, but I think it's worth showcasing. This right here, that's where the jumps are. So the jumps are now pits of water. So we gotta avoid the jumps that we can't even see. This right here is where a rock was. This one we might actually be able to scale fairly high. Oh, that's a huge ramp. We can definitely scale that up. I'm thinking times -12. Yeah, times -12. This looks like this is gonna be our first problem here. Okay, no, that doesn't do anything. Okay, because we gotta get past here, and yeah, we won't be able to do that at -12. So let's turn it down to -11. Alright, so -11. Will we be able to go up that hill? Okay, yeah, so we can get up there to that angle and go right past that part, which... And then I guess this is another trick. We can pretty much ride on here the rest of the track. Yeah, and that makes going through the rest of this insanely easy. Alright, that is sweet. -11. Alright, now Kalimari Desert. We'll start this one on a -11 just because we're on this code already. So this one. Alright, start pretty straightforward. Okay, then we have a problem with going down in this hole, but we should be able just to avoid it. Alright, yeah, so we can just go right around there. And then this one here. Just curious if we can go. Yeah, we can go up here, just barely though, so any higher we'd have to avoid it. And then we could take the train track away, but let's see what happens when we go down. Oh yeah, this... we can take the track almost completely as intended so far. Just have to avoid that one thing. Alright, can we get back up here? Yeah. Alright, there's just one more pit towards the end here. Or no, it's not going to be a pit because it's upside down. So yeah, we have one more hill towards the end, which we can go up. Alright, so that one was... honestly, that was pretty easy at -11. Let's turn it up to -13. Yeah, so this part, you can get up if you jump a little bit. You don't spam it enough, so I think it's fair. Alright, well, I'm pretty confident this one's going to be 13. I'll try 14 just to prove it. Yeah, so then at times -14. Yeah, this is definitely the breaking point. So this one's definitely gonna call it at times -13.
I got it.
For Luigi's Raceway, any negative number I put it to would soft lock the game, so I had to put Luigi's Raceway 2 times 0. Alright, so this is Luigi's Raceway at times 0, so it's completely flat. And I think this is the only way we can do it so we don't soft lock the game, so this will be the lowest number. I would have started the video off with this track, but I think it's a bad first level example for people who are new to this series. I think it'd be weird, if like, oh, which one can I go the lowest? And then the first thing they see is Luigi's Raceway scaled to 0, so that's why I did it in this weird order, just to explain the concept of this video a little bit better.
I got it.
The next one is Toad's Turnpike, and this one we're going to start off with -5. One thing I like about this map is just the sky colors there. You get to see them a lot better when it's -2, with like the red and purple there. Alright, so can we drive up here at -5? Not quite. This looks like it's gonna be, I think, -4. I was just seeing if I could do a shortcut by jumping off, but I can't because Lakitu picks me up. Because some of these maps, I might be able to do shortcuts if it's scaled negatively also. Like, oh, let's just drive into that. Really? Not 4 either? Alright, times -3, I guess. Alright, and yeah, that was really easy to get back up there, so it looks like this one is gonna be at -3. Alright, next up is Frappe Snowland. And for this one, it looks really cool at negative numbers, but because of the jump in the middle, I don't think we'll be able to do it. Because I know this looks like the jump, but this is the part right before it. Yeah, and as you can see, this is the jump, and we're unable to do it. We can do this one at 0 with a mushroom, but since part of the rules is that we're not allowed to use a mushroom, but we're going to try this one at 0.5. I know 0.5 isn't a negative number, but this video is the lowest number possible. I think 0.5, even though it is positive, it is the lowest number. Because we can't do it with 0 without a mushroom. Even 0.5, I think it's going to be close. Okay, yeah, I can easily make that jump at 0.5. No, 0.5, of course, looks pretty cool, just everything's like miniature. This part here, you're not snowed in quite as much. Because another thing, at the end of this video, I want to have the highest values compared to the lowest values. So that way you have a range to what you can scale each course to. At the end, we're going to look at some statistics about the ranges too. Like which course has the greatest range from lowest to highest. To have this at 0.5, it'll make it so it'll be in the range instead of me just saying, well, it's impossible. And that is Frappe Snowland completed in 0.5 scaled. Alright, next up is Choco Mountain at -5. Alright, so at the beginning, weird camera angle and everything. And we can just barely make it up here. That was close. One cool thing about this course, though, when you scale it negatively, is see how we see the lap right there? So we should be able to do a shortcut here to complete the lap. So for this level, I'm going to have 2 ratings. I'm going to have the rating for the lowest with the shortcut and the lowest without the shortcut. So that is -5 with the shortcut. Okay, now let's see if we can do it in -5 without the shortcut. And I'm thinking probably not, just because there's a couple pretty steep kind of jumps or bumps in this course, so... Yeah, so then can't do it -5, so I'm gonna turn this up to -8. -8 definitely works too. Yeah, so this one's definitely -8 for the shortcut way. Choco Mountain at -3. Right, and this area, nope. So still can't make this at -3. Okay, let's try -2. Right, cool, we get past that part at -2. But there's probably going to be some other tricky parts towards the end, so we'll see. Okay, because this part here, you gotta be really careful, because it kind of dips out of nowhere. Alright. And, okay, that's weird. There's water there. Yeah, that's not going to work. Actually, I'll go 1.5. I think once you get, like, between the numbers of 1 and 2, we'll go by 0.5s. Another thing about this, when I'm done this series of highest and lowest, if people want to use this GameShark code, they'll know like the numbers that will work for each course, because I'll have that range when I'm all done, you know? Alright, will 1.5 work? Oh yeah, just barely, but yeah, we can do it in 1.5. Alright, so this is Mario Raceway at times -4. So far it looks pretty flat, but got this part here, which is kind of trippy. It's kind of weird that like your hill's to the right and your drop-offs to the left, you know? It's totally backwards. Alright, this part here. So for this part here, we got to avoid this because it's way too steep. So to avoid it, we just kind of drive up here. And this is where the pipe would usually be, but instead of going down into the pipe, you go up. See the pipe texture there to the right. Yeah, go downhill, and I guess that was pretty easy at times -4. Try that at times -5. Alright, so times -5, we can't really drive up here. So maybe we can drive up this green thing. If not, we're gonna have to call this one at times -4. Nope. And yeah, I guess we gotta... maybe... Nope, yeah. This one is times -4.
I got it.
Alright, this is Wario Stadium at -5, and this one is already looking very trippy. Yeah. I'm get stuck in this first hole here if we go down. Without using mushrooms, we might be able to do a skip here. So that skips us here. We just gotta jump back. Yeah, times -5. Skip works. But we can't complete it the regular way. I'm gonna try something crazy. Let's go times -20 already. Alright, so times -20, this thing becomes a big pit. Oh, that huge pit's just right there. So to avoid it, maybe we gotta go out a little bit more. Yeah, so times -20. It doesn't really look like it's gonna work. Let's go times -12. Yeah, times -12 is good. Alright, times -14 is good. Alright, this is times -16. Yeah, that seems like the breaking point there where you can't just easily drive up. Alright, so this is times -15, and we'll see if this is the breaking point or not. Yeah, that looked good. Yeah, so it looks like we can do times 15.
I got it.
That's kind of funny, he just goes right into there. Right, so this is times -2. So let's see if this works. So the bumps at the beginning are obviously a lot bigger. And obviously this course, when it's negative, you can do a lot of skips. So like, I won't be doing any skips. Yeah, in this first area here. Alright, let's try -1.5. Yeah, this looks a lot more doable. I think we'll be able to do this on -1.5. Really? Alright, -1 it is. And... oh wait. I just realized we won't be able to do the jump. So... we'll see how the jump works when we get to it, I guess. Yeah, we end up just hitting this wall. But, I mean, if we go back, though, we're easily able to jump off it and skip the jump. So I guess this will technically be 2 skips, but this skip is obviously a lot easier, and you get to go through the entire lap this way, so I feel like that's fair doing this skip. Yeah, and then we get to skip that part there. Yeah, so Wario Stadium is -15 and -1. Alright, next up, we're gonna try Sherbet Land on times -5. Alright, so this course is already looking very strange, because this part we can fall off, but on the left part we have like a ice wall. So yeah, completely flipped, almost like mirror mode in a sense. Wait. Yeah, this one's just weird. Oh, we almost fell off there. That's that huge rock, but now it's a big divot in the ground. Okay, now this is really sick. We're like climbing up a hill on a narrow path. I think a couple jumps and then we should be good. Well, this is so weird going up here like this. Oh, that penguin. The invisible penguin. Alright, now we can just go downhill. This camera angle definitely doesn't really help. Let's take this slow action kit. Alright. So times 5, seems like this is it. Like, you just need to have a couple decent jumps and then you're good. This course is definitely one of the weirder ones for sure. Yeah, because once you get to just that one part, you just have to jump a couple times, like right here. Yeah, you need like 3 or 4 jumps. I think that I'll allow that.
Hey, I got these.
Right, next up is Royal Raceway. And this one, we're going to try it out on times -5 just to see how it is, but this one has a jump though, so I'm not too sure how this one is going to end up working. Yeah, right there we fall off. I'm going to turn it down to times -1. Yeah, -1 looks a lot better. This course just really looks completely different when it's flipped upside down. Yeah, so this is where the problem arises. Because this jump that we gotta do turns into a thing where we're just yeah, plunge right into the water. So we'll turn this one down to 0. You know, so now we're looking at it just completely flat. And even completely flat, this one might not be doable, so we might have to go to 0.5. Yeah, because at 0 we still have the huge gap in the center. Yeah, we won't be able to make that, so alright, let's try 0.5. Alright, this map finally looks somewhat similar to the way it usually is. Negative just makes this map look like a completely different area. But hopefully we can still make this jump with 0.5. Okay, yeah, we just make it. That was pretty close. And this bend is nowhere near as aggressive as in the real game. Yeah, that one's not bad. So yeah, that one is 0.5.
I got it.
Right, next up is Bowser Castle. And this one we're going to try at -5 first. And this one is actually going to be really tricky because, as you can see already, it looks like we might have a problem here. Because, yeah, we're kind of stuck in the beginning area. So yeah, we're going to tone this down to times -1. Alright, so times -1 does the same thing with this wall. Okay, so let's turn it down to just times 0. Alright, so now the map is completely flat, kind of like in Super Mario Kart. And I'm still a little bit concerned because there are a couple jumps in this course. And since we can't use the mushrooms, we'll have to be able to just jump over them with a regular jump, which I'm not sure we'll be able to do. But this course does look pretty cool when it's just flat. It doesn't look like it. If I had a mushroom, if I could use my mushrooms, I probably could make that gap, but yeah. Alright, looks like this one. We're gonna have to go to 0.5. So 0.5 looks pretty cool. Don't have the high ceilings anymore. I think this one should be honestly like probably like a piece of cake. Like, it's crazy how much 0.5 and 0 really changes it, you know? Oh yeah, then those jumps are just as easy. Alright, so Bowser Castle is 0.5. Alright, next up is DK Jungle Parkway. And this one, I'm just scaling to -1 first, mainly because there's a jump in this level, so as you know, levels with jumps are never good when you're scaling negative numbers. Yeah, 'cause this one we go down. Oh, okay, yeah, like, there's no way. Let's try 0, see what it's like. This is DK Jungle Parkway, scale to 0. I honestly don't think this is gonna work. I just think it's probably worth showing off, though. 'Cause yeah, without a ramp, yeah, we just fall. Alright, let's try 0.5. Alright, will this work? Oh wow, you can just clip right out there. Oh, we fall just short. Oh, nope. I didn't think I'd have to do this, but I think this level we're gonna try 0.75. So I don't want to call any level at impossible. Alright, so 0.75 honestly does not look that much different at all. I'm more curious if this will be just enough height to make it past this jump. Okay, yeah, we just make it at 0.75. So yeah, this is probably going to be the most disappointing level. Alright, so DK Jungle Parkway is 0.75. So this is Yoshi's Valley scaled to -5. And as you can see, it's weird going up a hill right at the start. Yeah, won't be able to get up that hill, so let's go to times -3. Alright, now this seems a lot more drivable. Or not. Times -2. Alright, so we have so many different paths here. This is the path I usually take because it's the fastest. And the narrow path actually has walls now, so it's It's kind of funny. It's like it's impossible to fall off. Okay, so this area here is now gated off. Hopefully not every area is gated off. Yeah, that just leads to this blockade, and it seems like there's only like a couple methods of getting over here. That's one. If I go a little bit to the left, they can head up here. There we go. We can get past that part like that. Now, I don't even really know where I am. Oh, another part that's kind of gated off. Okay. Yeah, this map is so much more confusing. I think it's going to be a dead end with any path that I take, but it's honestly hard to say. This is way too confusing. Okay, so if I go to the right, I can take this path. Haven't taken this one yet. I don't know why I keep spinning out. Go this way, and yeah, that part blocks it. So there's a secret bridge right there that takes us to this part. Yeah, actually I want to jump off here, land here, and then I think this is the path that I want now. Yeah, because then I skip all that stuff. So yeah, I found a path. That was really like a maze to figure that out. Okay, cool. That's invisible. This part's pretty cool. How it's flipped around. All right, cool. That's a very cool one. Definitely took some thinking to figure out the path, but.
I got this.
Alright, next up is Banshee Boardwalk, and we'll start this one out at -2. I think there's a jump in this one. Wait, so what's this? Oh, the poles are upside down. I hold the level in place, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a jump, so we'll probably have to go to 0 or 0.5, but we'll see. Alright, first thing, we head up here. So, well, it's so dark too and negative. Yeah, so that part definitely we couldn't do. We'll try the regular 0. What I like about this track is when you scale it down to 0, it looks just like a track from Super Mario Kart. Or that jump just disappears when we scale it by 0. Oh yeah, this course, definitely doable. That is Rainbow Road at times -3, and that soft locked it. So let's try -2. Okay, perfect. -2 actually works. So we got a very weird camera angle here. And we can't go up the initial part, so let's try -1. Alright, so yeah, -1. Also has this weird camera, but yeah, we can definitely... But yeah, it seems like right at the very start. It's a little bit too steep at -1, which seems strange. Let's try -0.5. Alright, another weird camera angle. Now we can finally get up here. Alright, now the track just disappears. I'm looking at the mini-map here to try to gauge where I am. And the lap didn't even count? No. You gotta be kidding me. Nope. Alright, so we can't even get laps on 0.5. Alright, I went straight to 0.5 because I did a video of scaling it to 0, and when you scale it to 0, the laps don't count again. So I think pretty sure the lowest that we can scale this to is 0.5. And Rainbow Road is 0.5. Now I'm going to compare the highest values to the lowest values to make a new tier chart. So if you haven't seen part 1 of this video series where I go over the highest number, I'd recommend watching that video before watching this part. So the first track we have is Luigi's Raceway, and we could scale it to 3 positive and 0 negative, so its total difference is ×3. Next up is Moo Moo Farms, and from 3 to -4 it makes a difference of 7. Next is Koopa Troopa Beach, and from 9 to -11 makes a difference of 20. Kalimari Desert has a total difference of ×34. Toad's Turnpike has a difference of 8. Frappe Snowland has a difference of 1. Choco Mountain has a difference of 9.5 or 3. Mario Raceway has a difference of 8. Wario Stadium has a difference of 17 or 3. Sherbet Land has a difference of 10. Royal Raceway has a difference of 3.5. Bowser Castle has a difference of 4.5. DK Jungle Parkway has a difference of 2.25. Yoshi Valley has a difference of 3.25. Banshee Boardwalk is 3. And for Rainbow Road, I'm going to round down the 1 and 1/32 just down to 1, which makes a difference of 0.5. And those are the ranges of all the Mario Kart tracks for the scaling cheat code.